It is likely to destabilize the balance of power even further in this region, which will have consequences, adverse consequences for practically all the countries of this region, especially the Indian Ocean region. Right.
Subscribe and press the bell icon so you never miss an update from PrepLadder.
There are two views. It will be good for India or not good for India. Let's talk about the good for India part. You know, at one level, it is a good thing that India is not a part of this AUKUS. Being part of AUKUS would have meant we have become a part of an organization which has a more sharply defined anti-China vector. Given our hostilities with China at this juncture, being a part of that organization could have led to further aggravation of those hostilities. Right. Second, when you become a part of a grouping which has this kind of a vector, anti-China vector, so then it is based on cutting edge technology being transferred from UK, USA, it will come at a cost. Then they will also say we have the right therefore to influence some of your China policy also. Right. But we have not become a member of this. Therefore, it gives us the freedom to choose what will be our China's policy, what will be the terms of engagement with China also. The freedom is given to us now. Right. So, at one level, it's a good thing that we didn't join it. Right. Now, see how it's good. We didn't join it. Joining it would have meant hostilities between India and China would have become more aggravated. That is one thing. Secondly, if you join such an alliance in which such cutting edge defense technology is being given to you, so then the people who are giving to you will tell you, with China, what should be your policy? Some influence will be there. We are not there. So, we have freedom to decide what will be the terms of engagement with China. And now, we can follow our independent development trajectory, independent foreign policy with respect to China, assured with the fact that the Pacific threat from China and its military counterbalancing is being done robustly by an organization like AUKUS, of which we are not a member. Right. So, we can, rest assured that the Pacific threat from the Chinese naval presence over here is being robustly taken care of. Without us, it's being taken care of. Our work is being outsourced to those people. Let them do it. Had we been a member over there, hostilities with China would have aggravated. Then they would have influenced our China policy also. Our freedom of making strategic choices would have been compromised. But that is not compromised. Hostilities with China are there where they are. They will remain for some time. Right. And the fact that, there is a organization created which will take care of military threat from the Chinese, robustly take care of it, that gives us a degree of comfort. Right. So, Pacific threat is taken care of, gives us a degree of comfort. It allows India the freedom to set the terms of engagement with China because we will not be under their pressure now. Had we joined it, we would have been under their influence. Right. And it prevents further hostilities with China. But there are other school of thought. There could be adverse consequences also, not so good for India. What are they saying? First of all, this AUKUS is provocative to China. That too is there. And it has the potential to destabilize the balance of power in the region, which is eventually going to have adverse consequences for all countries in the Indian Ocean region. Right. That too is there. It is provocative. It is very provocative to China. That is there. After all, transferring nuclear submarines to a country like Australia, very provocative. It is likely to destabilize the balance of power even further in this region, which will have consequences, adverse consequences for practically all the countries of this region, especially the Indian Ocean region. Right. Secondly, it will accelerate the underwater arms race, which is already underway, which I talked about earlier also. Right. Actually, interesting thing is there are certain parts of Indian Ocean where Indian Navy still dominates. Although, of course, our conventional undersea capabilities have shrunk in the recent past because we are facing even today a paucity of conventional diesel submarines. We don't have as many. Pakistani submarines are more modern, right? They have the more modern ones. We have the older ones. Number two, we have paucity of these submarines, and Chinese have much higher numbers of these conventional diesel submarines, right? So already our undersea, we tend to dominate some swaths of the Indian Ocean, but our undersea capabilities are already shrinking. In that context, tomorrow you find, the Australian nuclear submarines also moving in this area. So our regional leadership of the Indian Ocean region, our naval leadership of the Indian Ocean region could also face a challenge from there. I mean, I'm talking here about the challenge coming from the Australian naval presence in the region, right? So it could challenge India's regional leadership of the Indian Ocean region. And what about, because it's provocative to China, what will be Chinese response? Somebody would say, yeah, now that this has happened, China would start positioning more naval vessels in East Asia, in the East China Sea, South China Sea, etc. No, it won't. That area is already saturated. Itna zyada hai wahan. I mean, that's already very congested. What will it do? it will now try to, it is possible it will now try to increase its naval presence in the Eastern Indian Ocean, where they have been somewhat restrained, where they have been somewhat subdued. Their presence has been somewhat managed by India also, right? So if they start to place more naval vessels in the Eastern Indian Ocean, which India considers to be a part of its own security domain, so then what options will be left for India? Then if they are coming into our backyard, ठीक है भाई, we also sell 10 vessels to the East China Sea and to the South China Sea. We'll send our ships over there to counterbalance this. They are coming into your maritime backyard, you go into, that is the traditional response in military doctrines, you go to their traditional backyard. That is likely to accentuate our hostilities even further. Right. So as I said, Chinese response may not be in terms of increasing its naval presence in the East China Sea or South China Sea. That area is already too congested, right? Too many ships over there, all important powers, America included. But it may try to increase its naval presence in the Eastern Indian Ocean, right? And especially the area which we consider to be our backyard. So then what will be the option left for us? We'll have to increase our naval presence in their backyard. Their backyard is East China Sea and South China Sea. It will not be to their liking at all. And well, that could increase our hostilities further. And the last thing is, when this deal was done, actually India was hoping on a bilateral basis, eventually America is going to give it cutting edge technology, etc. Possibly nuclear submarines also. But when this deal was done, both the countries, UK and USA, clearly announced, this is a one-off. No further such offers of cutting edge technology based nuclear submarines will come to any other country. So we were a bit disappointed over here. We expected such support coming to us also from America. So no such tech for India. This is a one-off deal, they said, only with Australia, and no other country would get this this kind of a deal in future, at least not in the near future. Right. Now, as I said, look at the opening statement. The jury is still out on its future impact. What will the impact of AUKUS? As I said, that it is not just a submarine deal. It is basically to prevail over China in the high technology competition, because it has two aspects to it, the deal: nuclear submarines, and of course the high technology competition with China also. So both the aspects are there. And as this agreement of AUKUS, tri-nation AUKUS, expands beyond the submarine deal into other areas of high-tech cooperation, it is going to have such impact. What kind of impact it will have on the geostrategic balance in the region is something which neither New Delhi or the other regional countries' capitals have actually accounted for. We have not been able to account for what kind of impact it will have. So as and when it happens, we'll have to adapt to it, we'll have to deal with it as it unfolds.